Hey there, welcome to day 103 already of our BU 365-day challenge. To do one thing every day that improves us. This month, the month of April, this segment, we are focusing on our spiritual well-being, our spiritual health. And today's topic is judgment. Now, this is one of those topics that I've always experienced, but I never gave much thought to until I had a death experience. In 2010, I had a sudden cardiac arrest. I spent about a week in a coma. I was one of the very few small percentage of fortunate people that survived this type of event because I happened to have, had this heart failure in a place where there was somebody that knew CPR and could help keep me going until emergency personnel got there. Then I was frozen for a week and in a coma, etc. And there's a few lessons that I learned from this experience. And one of the primary ones, I'm sure over the course of this year, I'll talk about and share some other of the key lessons I learned from that death experience, because they have had such a profound effect on me, my life, and the people around me. But one of those was around the area of judgment. Prior to this experience, I was probably as judgmental or more judgmental of other people, places, things, experiences as most people on the planet. But following that experience, I had zero tolerance for judgment or criticism of other people or mean behavior toward other people or any type of judgment. Now, there's a bunch of different types of judgment, right? There's spiritual judgment, which is God or a supreme being based on our beliefs. When we pass away, we have this supreme being that judges all of our words, thoughts, feelings, actions, behaviors, and this life experience. Then there's legal judgment, where you go to a trial, and a judge and a jury sometimes weighs all of the evidence that's presented, and then they make a decision after thinking about and deliberating about what is the right thing to do in this situation. It's not a perfect process, but we've been using it for hundreds of years, so obviously there's something to it. Then there are our everyday judgments, our everyday discernments, the things that we judge every single day. Is this, and our main primary source of judging should be, is this right for me or is this not right for me? Not, is this good or bad for everyone? Is this good or bad for me? Is this right or wrong for me? That should be the way that we're judging things. So there's 6 components to judgment, to good judgment. Let's be clear. There's 6 components to good judgment. They're learning, trust, experience, detachment, options, and then delivery. How do we deliver that judgment? And do we deliver that judgment? Maybe we just don't say anything. We just do what's right for us. Good judgment is the natural exercise of right thinking, an expression of our God-given spiritual nature as an intelligent child of God, or whatever you believe in. And then people who use information they have gathered to think things through systematically and thoroughly before making a decision or a choice or a judgment, right? So I have lots of experience with this particular thought, this particular idea of judgment, as we all do, right? We've been judged by ourselves. We've got that little voice in our head that's constantly judging us and talking to us and telling us things about ourselves. Now, some of us have a positive voice. Some of us have a negative voice. My voice tends to be more negative than positive. Not because I want it to be, not because I'm not working on it. It just tends to be that way. And I suspect that a lot of people's voice tends, in judgment of themselves, tends to be negative based on our experiences, based on the world we live in. The world we live in picks out all of the negativity, all the negative things, and amplifies those for a lot of reasons that aren't in our best interests. So what's our action item today? I want you to think about judgment. I want you to consciously pay attention to your own judgments of people, places, things. Are you overly critical? Are you overly kind? I used to go both ways. I mean, I would be super duper kind and wonderful to people that didn't deserve it because they were not good people. And then I would be not as kind to the people that deserved to be treated awesomely all the time. I would judge the people I love and care about more harshly. And part of that came from the relationship that I was in. Not an excuse, but an experience that I had lessons to learn from. So our action item today, pay attention to judgment as it's all around us, and then just share one example of one experience that you have today of your own judging of something without without consciously thinking about it, or a situation where you notice someone else judging someone or something else. Maybe you're at work and there's that typical discussion around the water cooler, if people still do that. I don't know. I haven't been in corporate America for a while. And people are gossiping or talking, or maybe you're at a ladies' lunch or a men's lunch, or you're out for drinks and you find that people are talking about and judging other people. That would be an example. So that's it. Think about judgment today and how it impacts you. I'm not even going to get into the religious and that type of judgment. That's for each of one and every one of us to decide what we believe in and what is right for us. But that might be what you think about today as well. Any questions? Hit me up. Otherwise, have an awesome day thinking about judgment, noticing how judgmental you are. You could share on a scale of 1 to 10. This is one of the things I do for myself, is when I catch myself being judgmental or thinking judgmentally, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Am I being fair and balanced in my assessment of the situation? Or am I just pulling out past experiences, past prejudices, past feelings, and judging a situation without giving it its due diligence, without looking into and really fact-finding and finding out what's going on? We all still do it. I still do it, but I do it very differently than I used to in the past. And I judge far less than I did in the past. You do you, I do me. Everybody gets to be themselves as long as we're not hurting other people. I think that's how life is meant to be. All right. Have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.